And hearing this entire talk, and good evening now, teachers, I even was more than surprised and even interested about it. Because, literally, as a musician, I even was, mostly because in the past I said that I was going to be a sound designer. Um, but that gave me many opportunities even to reflect on this talk. So, but what he says about the sound losing issue. Lost in conversation. Yeah, he has kind of two reasons. Well, as he said, firstly because of the implementation of the recording devices, the recorders and the radios and the TVs and the computers and such, they are starting to get noisy and boring. That's why it even I mean, it even happens even here in my country. My country has those, type of situations between no one could even hear us, no one could even understand us because I was trying to say something, but it didn't pay attention because it was too loud. Um, that was a relief, and even when I believe on that. The other one of the filters, okay, now we are getting more on that point. Those filters, if somehow we can apply them, for example, yeah, he said he could, for example, with his wife, he could try to, for example, talk to her when in fact it was kind of the first time he heard her. Really, if I have my platonic friend of interest, because I don't know really, but if I do have her, maybe I try to use a technique when telling her that I heard her for the first time, despite I knew I knew her many times. Okay, okay. Now you mentioned one of the five exercises that I will try to implement. Raza. Okay, this time if I apply correctly, if I want to, for example, feel use that exercise to, for example, similar that I'm talking to a loved one, for example, my platonic friend, I could be more than satisfactory and even more interested and even more than on reality. Oh no, I cannot really, really cannot, I really cannot imagine what my platonic love or interest start to say me what's going on here and what you're talking to. um, a fourth answer, and the one that I even have even more in common, is a moment on my life that someone didn't hear me or someone didn't listen to me. Well, um, it happened both when I was speaking truly and virtually when I was writing something. For example, one moment of my life when I was speaking, is that any people were trying to say something important. I was trying to say something important, but they didn't hear me. Another thing that happened when I was even typing on the virtual world is they were speaking about a topic that I even didn't like. For example, about piracy, and I was saying, "Why you even didn't hear my, you know, that thing that I was saying about all the speech synthesis and voices that really happened in my life. And last but not least, the five exercises. Okay, the five exercises. Um, if I have to implement those five exercises that I call the silence, the savoring, the mixing, the rasa that that he explained, and the quiet chorus or hidden chorus. I'm afraid he says it. We can have many possibilities of getting better our sound proportion. Oh, and listening position. Exactly, listening position. That's the other one that I was even trying to mention. That apply filters, also apply filters. Um, even for for a musician like me who even for example tries to provide what is going on, what I'm listening, and even in this example that I didn't tell you when I, for example, hear an instrument on the group that is getting out of tempo and or something similar, some instrument out of tune, I automatically perceive it and then try to, then try to get a command. So the musician or musicians will try to understand what is the problem and then fix it. Thank you very much.